G'day ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me back on my journey through the ecological dynamics and constraints-led approach to grappling. I'm your host Sam Battlefield, and I appreciate you along for the journey. As you can see right here, I would recommend putting this on double speed. I could record it and then put it on double speed myself, but I figure some people might actually like listening to the dulcet tones of this Aussie grappler. Anyway, let's get on to it. This is not a one of those dating videos from the 80s. So yeah, I just wanted to well, I wrote out a few things. I wanted to be a bit more concise and targeted today, and not ramble, but looks like I've already failed that, so sorry about that. Thank you very much for joining me though, and what I'll be looking to do today is essentially go through, so I had a session with Alex as the coach, and me training with another purple belt. This is a purple belt who he's always nipping at my heels. He's really, really good, strong, young. Yeah, he's been doing it since he was very, very young. So he's just, hang on, is it on there? No. Yeah, he's just really, really good, and we haven't rolled for a while. And that's been great, you know, because what it's resulted in is me, you know, developing, him developing, and, you know, independently without sort of knowing each other's games and that sort of thing. So there were some things that he used to put me in, that he used to do to me, that he used to catch me in, that he didn't catch me in today, and he wasn't able to hold me in. And I was in the zone, and when I'm saying the zone, I'm talking literal flow states. Like I'm not talking about being some, you know, like I'm in the zone and I was just fucking hammering every single move. No, I was just in a flow state. Like no matter what happened, I was just flowing on to the next thing, and you know, like I've ended up getting into like a double ashing, yeah. So and getting a heel hook on him, which was dope. Almost tried it again. He got something on me, and I tried that again. Also got him in a very Danaher guillotine, so he was trying to, yeah, anyway, sorry, not Danaher, Gordon Ryan, single arm sort of thing, where almost get it over underneath his chin and all the way under, almost to like a rear naked choke from the guillotine position, which was really cool. But that was in the free rolling, and the free rolling was, you know, again, like I was already in the zone. I think is the main thing to take away from this. So I'll take a step back, and you know, the class that I had with Alex, I barely do classes with Alex at them for a little while. So it was interesting seeing his take on ecological dynamics and constraints-led teaching. I think like there's a couple of things that I suppose I could be kind of critical from. You know, if I was to say that I was going to be critical, it would only be because I'm sure he knew that we knew what, you know, two purple belts, we know what he's talking about. So he knew that we knew, so he didn't need to give like I suppose like a specific task. So for example, he said, I just want you to connect around the hips. I'm sort of paraphrasing, but he said, I want you to make a strong connection on the hips. Okay, what does that mean? And actually, to his credit, I think he realised what I was asking. I was asking him to make a specific goal in order to then make that a specific thing, right? So if you just say make a connection to the hips, what does that mean? That could mean any number of things. So he said hands clasped around the hips, wherever that be. And once, not that would have changed much, but I think it was kind of a little bit of a prompt for him to be like, oh yeah, okay, I've got to use a bit more precise language. I found that the initial the initial game, I'm trying to remember what it was. The initial game was because we're doing stand-up takedowns, that sort of thing, and the initial game was trying to. Oh man, this is weird. It was like, what was it? Yeah, so I had an underhook. Sorry, I had a collar tie, but I didn't have the inside arm. And then he was trying to, it wasn't. Yeah, I don't really know how. It was good. There was in that. Far out. That's really weird. I've forgotten what that first game was. Because the second game was, the first, it was just me and Rob going back and forth trying to get, what was it? Maybe hands clasped around. So, See this, and this is what I meant, right? This is what I mean by it wasn't specific enough. I don't think it was like, and again, that could be because he was like, "Yep, there's two purple belts. I can let them sort of flow back and forward." It was similar to the game that we played the other day, where I was in collar tie, and he had that inside, and my goal was to try and get underneath. Anyway, I think the main issue that I had with it was the specificity of the instruction. It seemed a bit like, hey, you just do, you've got a couple of options up here, up top. It's like, okay. So, and then the second game, and then the third game was the person just had to stop the other person from getting their arms around their hips, and that one was a good game. I actually liked that, and the person was just trying to stop them. So he was, and the emergent behaviour that and the affordances that he was hoping to provide was that you would be getting on the inside if you were defending, and you were trying to either control the inside space by opening up that inside defence, or you were arm dragging and getting across. So I had a lot of success with the arm drag, and I actually noticed something that Alex did to me where he Russian tied the arm to his chest, and then he sort of ducked from that and really got low and got around the hips. Whereas because I noticed that when I went up against Rob, instead of getting that, I'm not even going to call it Russian, I was just connected to my body. Once I did that, I was able to force his hand into his opposite pocket, so this hand into that pocket, which meant that he didn't have much strength to go back this way. and because I was already connected to the arm, I could crawl up that way and connect my arms around his waist. The beauty of this is it just gave me so much. It still gives me so much fucking confidence. I can't believe how much confidence I have now that I'm, you know, when I'm doing takedowns. As I said to, you know, one of the things we wrapped up with was the confidence that you have not only in defending, but I said I used to hate takedown because you get thrown 10 to 15 times, well, even more, you know, during the course of a thingy. Your body's hitting the ground, it's hitting the ground. I'm obviously heavy, but just in general, like, people are hitting the ground over and over again, and yet they're not learning the timing and the balance and everything that leads up to that final tiny little bit, which, if everything's in place, then it, like, to get there, you're not going to hit the deck 15, 20 times in a competition. You not even in judo do they hit the ground in a match. I'm saying in a match. I mean, obviously, Ippon is a win, but you know, you're not hitting the ground that often. So, like, even takedowns in MMA and takedowns in thing, they're not that common. Like, if someone was taking you down that often, you'd fucking pull guard, wouldn't you? You'd just pull guard so that you're not getting slammed on your fucking ass every 5 minutes. So, yeah, so like the idea of just dead drilling where you know, I'm going to throw him, and boom, and you get up and boom, and boom, and, you know, learning fucking, but all that lead up, I mean, 90% of the time you can't even get to that position that you need to do that fucking throw in. So, yeah, anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. I tried to be a lot more concise and targeted, so drastically failed at that. Thanks for joining me. There will be more info coming soon, and I'm going to do my absolute best to start recording the games that I'm playing. Alright, so, and I'll do it I'm just going to try and do my absolute best to get them up on the channel so that you can see what I'm working with. Anyway, this is Sam Butterfield. Thanks for joining me on the ecological dynamics and constraints-led approach for grappling. Much love, peace.